Now Hear This is coming to Anaheim this October. It's a brand new podcast festival where you can hang out with your favorite hosts and other podcast superfans, and everyone is going to be there. Everyone? Everyone. I'm talking Comedy Bang Bang, WTF, Criminal, The Moth, plus Super Ego, How Did This Get Made, Pop Culture Happy Hour, Spontaneanation, Lore, The Memory Palace, Tannis, Hello from the Magic Tavern, and over 30 podcasts in total. Tickets are going fast, including a very limited number of intimate VIP packages with reserved seating. So get yours now and learn all the details at nowhearthisfest.com. Welcome to you. Welcome. I use that other voice too much. Welcome. I do that plenty. It's time for this one now. Welcome. Welcome, citizens. We all have many voices. Is that true? Worried about that premise now. God, I stick to it though. Threw it out there. You know how you have a different voice at work than at home? Like you'll talk to your boss and you'll say things like, "Yes, boss. Agreed. It's good you're in charge of company." Yeah, you know, you leave articles out like a caveman. "Me happy to work at job. Goodbye, boss. Tomorrow I see you again. I will dream of work to do better for company." Then you get home. And you're like, "Honey, what a day I had. I can't believe how relieved I am to be at home and singing." And then your wife or husband. That's all. These are the only occasions I'm going to give. I can't get into if you're in a polyamorous relationship. It's just we don't have time, that's all. I'm not against it. If you can, hey, look, man, if you can make that shit work, good for you. Seems tricky. It seems tricky. I mean, you gotta really be on top of stuff. As the TV show Big Love taught us. So many lessons from Big Love. Name one. I got you. Somebody's phone. This is unheard of. I mean, it's heard of. This is actually extremely heard of. Oh, if Patti LuPone were here right now, everyone would be in so much trouble. Guys, maybe my favorite reference of all time? Patti LuPone and her crusade against cell phones. I love not just referencing it, but I love thinking about it. I love thinking about the eyes of Patti LuPone being upon you. Like you're this guy in the audience, like, "Oh, this is a great time to take a call. Oh, is Patti LuPone looking at me?" The eyes of Patti LuPone are upon you. It's a great Texas drinking song for fans of the legitimate theater. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins. I am the second part. This is a show where I invite a special guest to have a free-form conversation with me inspired by a blind question from our previous episode's guest. Then myself and some improviser pals, we do a narrative improv that is one continuous story as opposed to unconnected scenes, often incorporating details from my conversation with the special guest. Not always, but most often. Last episode, not at all. I don't think even one thing from the 2-segment conversation I had with 2 people made it in the improv. But you know what? That's cool, man. It doesn't I'm not going to defend last week's episode. which hasn't been released yet as of this recording. And I have very fond memories of recording it. I feel like I'm retroactively shitting on last week's episode, and I did not intend to. Guys, everybody shut the fuck up. My guest this time, you'll recognize from MADtv, from the Broadway stage. That's a big deal. It's a big deal, right?
Can I talk now?
Yes. Was it a big deal to you?
I was on vocal rest. I'm just off of it now for you, Paul.
Oh, the timing could not have been more impeccable.
Just made it.
Nicole Parker.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, thank you. Is it a big deal? I mean, I guess in some circles, sure.
How about in your circle of your heart?
It was real big in the circle of my heart. It really was. To the little girl singing Mame in her bedroom. Mame. Oh, yeah, the old ones. Because I only have my mom's records. That means Mame, Fiddler on the Roof.
And records,
Oliver.
right?
Oh, and records.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to put in a thing later about what a record is, maybe.
These kids know you think they're not collecting vinyl?
No, I guess that's true. Just not Broadway vinyl, though. I guarantee you no one's like, awesome, it's first edition Mame.
No, you know there's some special people out there.
They don't sound like that.
Dude, check it. Fucking mint condition. Mame.
Lansbury, B. Arthur in her prime.
Were they in Mame together?
Yes.
Holy macaroni.
Come on, Paul. Oh, yeah, bosom buddies.
That was the inspiration for the TV show Bosom Buddies.
It was.
Angela Lansbury and
B. Arthur.
So when did Ethel Merman do it? Did she do it?
No, that I don't know.
Maybe
did
she just
everyone
sang
else.
Songs from it.
No, I think she did. Yeah, that was before her time.
That
was after her time.
There's another Broadway aficionado in the room who's also using vigorous... Mermame. Nicole, I'm very excited that you're here.
Thanks for having me.
And I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. This is submitted by our previous episode's guest. Are you curious as to the identity of our previous episode's guest?
I'm going to tell you, I listen to this all the time, and I know what you're going to say.
No,
you're going to say, you can look it up.
That is an eerily accurate impression.
I'm not falling for that, Paul F. Tompkins. I know you're not going to tell me, so just give me the question.
Do you know what? It was a honey trap to see who are my actual listeners. Who of the guests has ever bothered to listen? Bless you for listening.
Of course.
All right, here's the question. And also, you, the listener, if you're curious as to the identity of our previous episode's guests, you are welcome to go to the howl.com, Howl FM archive. Fuck it, forget it. It's been too long since I've done that misdirect. Okay, here we go. What kind of small business would you like to own?
Oh, that's a lovely
a pretty
question.
Straightforward question.
That's a really great question.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yes, in the dark times and the slow times. What else could I do? God damn it.
That is a thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When things are not going so well, and because our business is essentially a freelance business.
Yeah.
And so sometimes there's not work.
Right.
And you get worried.
Yes.
And you think to yourself, or maybe like you don't think it to yourself, but you think it at an unseen entity with maybe your hands clasped in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And you say, please, please, give me something else that I would like to do that I could be good at.
Yes.
So that I don't have to do this
Any
anymore.
other skills. Any other viable skills. Yeah.
So what was there an answer where you thought
There's not one that I've ever thought, but there is something I do often that this could go so many ways. It's a weird skill I have among many that I've always thought, God, it'd be great if I could be paid to do this. So here, I'll just make this one up, right? This could be a thing.
Sure.
It could be a kiosk at the mall. A last minute gift is always the thing we're worried about, right? Mm-hmm. Having to find that last minute gift, or like if you're like me and you're a procrastinator and you're like, shit, I forgot I had to get a gift. Then yes, you understand.
It is a common problem. Yes.
I bet you don't. You strike me as someone who has the gift planned out weeks before. You have it. You wrap. You're a very good present wrapper. I bet you are.
I'm okay.
I bet you're thorough and
okay.
you pay attention to detail. You have a sprig of something in the. No. Okay. I really thought that you would. That's how it struck me.
That's only how I wrap myself.
That's right.
I can't apply that. I can't apply it to anything inanimate.
Paul's a sprig of holly today in his breast pocket.
'Tis the season.
So I guess the small business I would own is it's sort of like actually what I used to do. I worked at a place called Boom Chicago. That was it was an all-American improv and sketch troupe. Many people of note have come from it. And what they would do is corporate gigs sometimes, or if you were like having a birthday party or a retirement party, they'd send all of like the inside jokes and all of the details of that person, and you'd write sketches for it.
Yeah.
But I actually really like that. I have like a weird thing where I like taking information and putting into something that could be like a gift. I've actually, what I do, I'll take a song and I'll change all the lyrics to it. I am embarrassed to say how many times, now everyone who's given a card for me, they're going to find out this was at the last minute if they listen to this. But I put a bunch of, say it's a Circle of Life or whatever, or it's generally Disney.
What?
It's usually a Disney song, and I'll change the lyrics to it to make it about that person, and it's like a little song for their birthday, or I'll write them a limerick. God, this is so damn nerdy. But it's like it's because if it's for people who I know would more appreciate something that you wrote or something that makes them laugh. You know what I mean? So what you could do is you could bring all that info to me. I could write them a little poem or a little, or if they had a song request, they're like, "Can you change the lyrics to this song to make it about my friend?" And then they can give that as a gift. That would be my small business.
So
terrible.
Well, okay. So you have your kiosk, right?
I am a kiosk. I'm not sure it should be a kiosk, though. I don't know. Does it warrant a kiosk? It's probably just a phone number, let's be honest.
Okay. Phone number.
I sit in my house. That way I can stay in my home.
Right.
Because that's the point of a small, right? Because you make the rules. So a small business, I can work out of my home.
So wait, the last minute gift is just the song
parody. That's what it's called, last minute gift.
But it's just
it's a written gift. But it will either be a poem or a song parody.
So over the phone, are you like, all right, write this down?
No. I write it for them. I just get from them. I talk to them about the person.
Right.
I say, what are your in jokes? You know what I mean? I say, what are the things you love about them? What do you want to give me some background? Or do you have a favorite song that you love to sing together? Fine. Or one that maybe it's a husband for a wife, whatever.
Nicole,
you know what I mean?
Nicole.
Yeah.
I understand this part of it.
Well, I feel like I'm pitching it to you, so I'm getting very nervous.
How do they get the finished product? Do you email it to them?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Email it to them. Or, you could get a calligraphist. Is that a thing? My grandmother actually she did that. She did that until she was 90 years old. And she's 98 and she still has amazing handwriting.
Wow.
She can literally do calligraphy. She did my wedding invitation. She did other people's wedding invitations.
Wow.
It was like something that she had that she could do. That was a small business that she could, it basically was something she ran.
Did she make a living doing it, or was it like a side business?
It was like it was sort of a side thing. She was a secretary at a Presbyterian church for a very long time. Frances.
Do you have nice handwriting?
Horrible.
Me too.
Horrible. No, honestly, it's to the point of like, if you looked at my handwriting, you think definitely something's going on. Like when they bring in those people who like
a neurological issue?
I mean, here's the problem. I can't sign my name the same way twice. Not really. This is what it becomes. Can I just like this? Is why I was just signing, but literally it just becomes a line. That's it. That's my signature right there.
Oh, here, I tell you what.
It's literally...
Give it to us, because I was going to ask you to sign this anyway.
Because you know how, it hasn't been a long time since I had to sign lots of contracts.
And this is a calligraphy pen.
Oh, yeah. But you know how, sometimes you have to sign a bunch, and, it's like my hand starts panicking, going, I can't do it anymore. I forget how we did it, boss. You know what I mean?
Nicole,
it doesn't...
I have the same
So
thing.
that when it matters, whether or not it's, on the back of a credit card or my license, and people had to put it up next to each other.
Right.
I swear to God, I panicked so much when I had to sign it for my last license.
Right.
I did my first name in cursive. My second name I printed.
I like
panicked.
That. I like that as a style choice.
Yes,
though.
but I have never signed it that way since. I basically walk life appearing as an imposter of myself. If I'm just not thinking, that's it. I'm not even kidding you.
That's not even...
It's nothing. It is just a scribble.
That looks like an accident.
When my mom signs it, it takes her a good 3 minutes to do her signature because it's perfect cursive and she makes it very specific so it can never be repeated. Oh,
I guess that's the key, I guess, is to take your time with it.
I'm sorry.
No, please. Don't give me any more pens. Everyone stop giving me pens.
You guys give him all the pens.
Do you know, I write on the back of my credit cards, please ask for ID. As opposed to the signature.
Oh, that's smart. That's what I should do. But what if the please ask for ID is even intelligible? and in different fonts. I'll fail at that somehow
I don't
too.
know if they can hold that against you. It's fine. Most of the time, it doesn't even come into play because you're putting your card into a reader or whatever of some kind. You're swiping or inserting the chip or whatever. But I was in London, and when I would pay for things with a credit card, they would turn it over to look for the signature and would say, please ask for ID. And I swear, this happened half a dozen times. The clerk, or Clark, smirks at me and is like, why do you say, please ask for ID instead of the signature? And it's like, so you can look at my fucking face.
They love to remind you you're American at any chance.
I know, but why? It was weird to me that they assumed that was a dumb thing.
Of course.
When it's like, how is the signature more proof of my face?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like, look at me. I'm showing you my ID. Look at that and look at me. So that's me, right? So what good does my signature do? Unless I luckily found the credit card of a guy who looks like me and I'm robbing him blind.
Right. And you know, the thing is, what's weird about my handwriting is that I went to a very strict private school that like forced you to take French in preschool. I mean, like it was very, very rich people in Orange County. We barely could afford it, but my mother was an educator and she wanted us to go to a good school. This place, like the principal was named Mr. Jones, just as classic and American as you. He was a Navy SEAL, but he read from a book called He read from a book. You're seeing.
Hold on a second. That took an abrupt turn.
He was. I swear to God.
Just typical of Mr. Jones. He was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, and like we had to do things like, this is probably why I got into like rhyming and poetry. You had to do things like memorize poems like The Blacksmith by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, or Little Orphan Annie, which is a weird, creepy poem. If you've never actually looked at it, it has nothing to do with. No, look it up. I can't remember who wrote it, but it is weird and dark. And you couldn't even raise your hand. You had to show perfect posture. There was a song about it at our school, actually.
Do you remember that song?
Oh God, I think it was to the phrase. I think it was to the song of Frere Jacques, because I think it was perfect posture, perfect posture. I don't remember what happened after that. No raised hands. Yeah. No raised. But what that translates into is a bunch of students going like hyperventilating with like, I mean, you can't see them, but like shoulders back and hands like placed in prayer position because it was somehow wrong. And you had to learn cursive and you had to take a class called values and public speaking. I'm not kidding. But it wasn't outwardly advertised as religious, but like it definitely, there was something dark. It was very right wing. He used to teach from a book called The Mainspring of Human Progress, which apparently has been banned in some places for being way too right way. I don't know what it is.
It sounds terrifying.
Oh, it's like, it sounds fascist. But that was the school I went to. So we had to write thank you notes for we learned how to write thank you notes. To this day, I'll still do like a 3-paragraph thank you note where the beginning is a preamble saying what a great dance that was. Oh. The middle is some detail about what I especially loved. And then the end was thanks again. And it was graded.
So
the margins were graded. It was handed back to us. My thank you note was handed back to me, graded B-. Margins were off. So, I mean, what do we understand? Am I painting a picture?
Yeah,
of course, my small business would be. But it would have to be in an email, because what will happen when I'm writing out the gift, like on a card, my handwriting starts going. And I will either do the thing where you run out of room or, you change font. And I have to start over. Like, I have boxes of cards. And when I go to look for one, most of them are like, nope, that was one that I started. There's 2 words, there's 3 words. Now, why I didn't throw them out? Because they can't be used again. Yeah. I don't know.
I've done that same thing where if I want to write someone a handwritten note, and I have nice stationery, nice pens and things like that for only that occasion. If it's an important occasion in someone's life, either happy or sad, that I want to write them a note, it takes me so long because I have to try so hard to make it legible.
And I have no patience for that. I honestly start getting impatient, so it's just going, oh, fuck it. And then I just ruin it. And I've even tried. I've had years where I'm like, I'm going to be this girl, the one who writes in all caps. And like, I'm going to try this personality on. Exactly. Like I'm a new person. Yeah. And then it never lasts. And I'm like, that person was never you, But really quickly, I want to say about these poems, when you'd have to perform them at assemblies for grades K through 8 outside in a courtyard. And what that translates into is literally even like the dudes, it's all these like rich kids, but they're standing in uniforms and they say a poem like this and everything like that. And you have to listen to, and basically, exactly. It's like we had to do, I can't remember any of them right now, but the cadence is miserable. miserable, because no one wants to be doing it and the sun's in their eyes because it's like 7 a.m. Right. And I don't understand the point of it. And I think, and the school still exists, I think they still do it. And I don't know. I guess they thought that it would make us more cultured or something, but all it did for me is, I guess, give me a love of rhyme, of a good couplet. I love a good couplet, Paul.
How did people ask questions if there were no raised hands?
You really just had to be sitting there. The teacher could be talking for 10 minutes and they just have to notice you, literally sitting with your perfect posture.
Wait,
and then they acknowledge you.
Okay, so...
Also, this was a place where when the teacher walked in, you all had to stand. You had to stand and actually be asked to be seated. So when I first went to my freshman year of high school, public high school, I was the asshole standing while every other student came in and just sat down. And I was like, why are they not sitting? They better stand up. We are going to get in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then did the teacher say, why are you standing?
Completely. I mean, it didn't go well from that day on.
So now... the perfect posture thing, that was the indicator that you had a question? Did you have to maintain? It was the indicator you
had a question, and if she actually asked a question of the class and you wanted to answer, that's where you got every single student.
So you could just sit there slouching until it was time to answer a question.
Yes, exactly.
That's how you knew.
I don't know. My sister and I have looked back on this and gone, what the hell was happening at the school? We had the games, we had a chess tournament. We had I'm not kidding. We had a jacks tournament. Remember jacks that kids played in the alleyway in the 50s? Absolutely. We had a jacks tournament. We learned ballroom dancing. We had a Robin Hood tournament where we read Robin Hood, and then that year we had to learn cudgeling and archery and celebrated the book by dressing up. Want to know what I dressed up as? A tree, because we were poor.
And you had some brown clothes.
Well, because
and a green hat.
I literally, it was just black poster board, but stapled. Once I was stapled into it, we realized, I can't get out of it. And I attached actual branches from my, but yeah, it was really depressing because it was like I had no chance of not being a nerd once I got outside of that world. But the other thing was everyone else had better costumes because they were super rich. I carpooled with a family literally named the Prophets. Their name was literally named after the act of making money. Not kidding. Proffitt. And they were all blonde, and they had 3 Mercedes. Oh my God. And I mean, when we had to pick them up in carpool, it was my dad's 82 Pinto that was falling apart. I mean, it was the strangest. We were definitely the poorest kids. That and a guy named Islam Ramadan. Not kidding. That was his name. His name might as well have been Judaism Hanukkah. I mean,
do you think Mr. Jones placed him there?
And he was my friend. He was my good friend. My only friends with this guy, Islam Ramadan, and a kid named Tony Crickle.
Tony Crickle.
We're Facebook friends. This is amazing. So I remember, I thought we were I had another girlfriend whose name was Jennifer Parker, and we call each other the Parker brothers. So God, it's all so nerdy. And so it was this girl, and then it was these 2 guys, and I thought that we were buddies. And so years later, I found him on Facebook, and I wrote to him, and of course it was the equivalent of who dis. He was like, yeah, I don't remember. Who are you? I was like, oh shit. And I was like, I had big glasses. I had a perm. I was kind of a nerd. And literally he's like, oh yeah, I remember one time on the blacktop, someone pushed you over and your glasses fell and I laughed at you. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So great. And he, what makes me happy? What warms my heart? Him and Islam, still best friends.
This was Tony Crickle.
Tony Crickle. Isn't that a great name?
Now, do you think Islam Ramadan was a plant put there by Mr. Jones to test the kids' patriotism and loyalty?
He probably was. Well, there was honestly, he was the only person of color in the show. He probably did it as
no
a
kidding.
show of someone.
Nicole Parker, I could talk to you forever about this fucking school.
That went a lot of
God damn it, I want to do a 2-parter. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we return, you will meet our friends from Make Pretends. In the meantime, listen to this ad and patronize our sponsors. Don't just buy their products, but talk down to them. More when Spontaneanation returns. This week's episode of Spontaneanation is brought to you by CISO. Yep, that's right. SEESO.DOTCOM. What? No. Yes, that's right. CISO.com. The all-comedy, ad-free streaming TV service made for the serious comedy fan. CISO is stacked, packed, slacked and smacked with new original series, quotable classics, late night, and stand-up specials. Let me tell you, they have hilarious original series that you don't want to miss. Like Take My Wife with my pals Cameron Esposito and Rhea Butcher. Such a good show. I absolutely adore it. So what if I end up appearing very briefly in one episode? I would have watched it anyway. I knew when I was going to be on it. It's not like I watched them all just to see me. I knew which episode and what time and all that stuff. So this is like I watched it on my own time and enjoyed it with my own heart. Harmon Quest. All right, full disclosure. I'm in that too. Did an episode of that. Watched the other episodes that I'm not in. I was in the very first one. I could have stopped right there, kept watching because it's good. Harmon Quest. Dan Harmon, who created Community and Rick and Morty. It's him playing a role-playing game with his pals and special guests. And it's partially live action, partially animated. It's so well done. Guys, you'll enjoy it. And so dear to my heart, Bajillion Dollar Properties. Some of your fave improvisers that have been on my show are the cast of this show. I'm pleased and proud as Pontius Pilate to be a part of that cast as well. It's Reno 911 meets $1 Million Listings, semi-scripted comedy about the cutthroat world of luxury real estate. I play the boss of Platinum Realty. All the improvisers are the Cuckoo Brains realtors. I'm a Cuckoo Brains boss. Everyone's Cuckoo Brains. The guests are Cuckoo Brains. Guys, it's a can't miss. Cuckoo Brains proposition. And CISO is also full of amazing stand-up specials from Brian Posehn, Wyatt Cenac, Rory Scovel, Matt Besser, and Big J. Okerson. That is just to name a few. They got more coming, guys. More great stuff is coming. They have a ton of awesome comedy, so go to CISO.com and start your free trial today. We are giving you, I say we. I'm part of the CISO family, so I was in on this decision. We are giving you a free month, completely free. Go to CISO.com, start your free trial today. I love you, and I'll see you in heaven. Scott Aukerman, Lauren Lapkus, and myself have traveled to Australia, and we're traveling to the UK. We are performing 8 new live episodes of Comedy Bang Bang, and you can get them all exclusively on Howl. Binge on the 4 Australia tour stops and get ready for 4 more stops in the UK end of September. Howl Premium also gives you access to 42 more Comedy Bang Bang specials, more than 150 hours of original miniseries, including shows from Super Ego, and over 100 comedy albums, including 3 of my own. I'm all over this sumbitch. Go to howl.fm/spont, S-P-O-N-T, to subscribe to Howl and start your free trial. Plus, if you sign up for an annual plan, you save 40% off the regular price. That's a full year of Howl for just $34.99. This deal is available for a limited time, and you can only get it on the web. Go to HOWL.fm/SPONT to get a 1-month free trial and the opportunity to get a discounted annual subscription for a limited time. That's HOWL.fm/SPONT. Thanks, ad. You really helped out when it mattered the most. Ladies and gentlemen, it is everyone's adjusting their microphones. It is time to meet our improviser pals sitting right across from me. I never start right across from me. This is new, a fun thing that I'm doing.
Ooh.
You will recognize her from being on the show before, Shulie Cowen.
Hello.
Shules, how are you doing?
I'm so good, Paul.
You look very summery today.
Thank you.
It's hot as hell. It's summertime as we're recording this. Mm-hmm. No one likes it. Do you like it?
Well, last
Some
night.
people do.
I do in general. I don't like the days where, it's so hot that you realize you're a delicate flower and you're wilting. But last night I went to a concert, and it was one of those nights where the temperature is the exact same temperature as your skin. And you're like, I am neither cold nor hot. I am perfect.
Right.
And it was really
Was it an
good.
outdoor concert?
It was.
Was it the Hollywood Bowl?
It was the
Greek Theater.
It was the Irvine
Meadows Amphitheater.
Yes.
What were you seeing, if I may be so bold?
Dead and Company.
What are Dead and Company?
It's the people left from the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
And John Mayer as Jerry Garcia.
As Jerry Garcia.
That's how I think of
He
it.
puts on a costume.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, guys.
I wish he had at least a fake beard on.
How was the show?
The show was great.
Are you a Ted head, Shulie?
not say that a deadhead needs to actually know all the songs. I would say that I am somebody who really likes every Dead song I hear, but I could not identify the bulk of them.
Right. But when they're being played, you're like, oh, that one.
Yeah,
Hooray.
or I don't know this, and I'm really enjoying it.
And they were like jamming like crazy, right?
They were jamming like crazy. I am not a fan of John Mayer's jamming face. I think that he should practice in a mirror.
He makes some guitar faces, it's true.
Yeah, like significant ones.
He's almost like making bass faces.
Almost. The bass player was having so much fun. Like, you know when the Jack-in-the-Box first springs up and it's really wildly going back and forth?
Yes.
That, but playing bass at the same time.
Toy manufacturers, get on it. Free idea.
Exactly.
Shulie, I'm going to look next to you.
Please do.
At your compatriot in opening night, an improvised musical. This happens every Friday at the I.O. West. Almost forgot. You can't say the words anymore.
Yeah.
It's I.O. West.
That's right.
We don't want to get sued by any committees.
Nope.
Mark McConville.
What's up?
Mark, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Paul.
Hello to you. Mark, how have you been?
Great.
Have you been to any outdoor concerts recently?
Yeah, I went. I saw the Brian Wilson at the Hollywood Bowl show.
I saw that you saw that. How was it?
They are the beach men.
Right?
They are not the boys anymore. It's a little bit weird.
Was it the Beach Boys or was it Brian Wilson and Company?
It was like, I don't understand.
Featuring John Mayer.
I don't understand the beef. I guess there's a beef. I need to look into it. But it was Brian Wilson and it was Al Jardine of the Beach Boys.
Sure.
And then Al Jardine's son sang all the high harmony parts. Mm-hmm. It's a great band. The band was really great. Right. But those songs, they're old songs. They are old songs.
Did you yell that out at the concert?
Yeah, all the time.
Play new songs. Something the opposite of a concert. Play only the new album.
I want to hear songs I do not know.
Was John Stamos on the drums?
No. See, now this, and so Brian Wilson would do this strange thing where he would say, we're going to do this song now. Mike Love would sing it on Pet Sounds, but he's in Florida doing a concert with the Beach Boys, so I'm going to sing his part. And we didn't need to know that. But I guess they haven't played together. Or very rarely they play together, and I don't understand it. At this point, just get together and do it.
Here's what I think.
Make $1 billion.
It was either a creative rift,
yes,
where I think Mike Love didn't care about being an artist. He just, this is what I've just absorbed via osmosis.
Right.
And Mike Love just wanted to, like, let's just do surfing and girls songs and keep making money.
Yeah.
And Brian Wilson
stay
like,
in your lane.
Brian Wilson saying, I want to write, like, I want to beat the Beatles. I remember him saying that when they were working on Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
And it was in the wake of Sgt. Pepper, and they were like, we want to compete with these guys. And, I guess I want to get one of those gigantic bass harmonicas in here. And maybe a sound I hate more than anything on earth. For whatever reason, it really strikes a chord with me in the bad way. But then also maybe it was because Brian Wilson was getting into like the crazy stuff with Eugene Landy, although I'm not sure when that happened.
That's the thing that I want to learn more about, because I've heard some stuff and I think, I want to know the facts, Jack.
Do you ever get scared a thing like that could happen to you?
Oh, yeah.
Where you would end up being in the thrall of some weird Svengali?
Yes, Paul. I come here and do this show, and then I go directly home, and I never leave. I just stay in my house. I try to avoid meeting new people.
It's good to have a plan. Mark, I'm going to swivel my head like half an owl over to right next to me.
I can't wait.
To look at this person.
Hello.
Tawny Newsome.
Hi, Paul. Okay, I've been sitting on my hands. I have 3 things I want to say right off the bat.
Please, let's get into it.
This is my forum, right?
Yes, of course it is.
1, when you talk about using different voices with your boss and with at home, that's called code switching, and black people do it every day. 2, maybe other people do it too, but I'm not them. 2, I have a bunch of Broadway albums, like record albums, so maybe we could talk about my copy of Sunday in the Park with George.
Now it can be told, Tawny was the one nodding emphatically during the vinyl Broadway Broadway discussion.
I can't control myself. I feel like you guys have tailored all of your conversations to be about me, and I just want to like express myself.
Number 3.
That was my phone that went off. I'm super sorry.
That's quite all right.
Okay.
You were coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
You were a little late. You're harried.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, honey.
thanks, man.
It's okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Is your handwriting terrible?
Who knows anymore? My emoji game is on point.
When's the last time you wrote something down?
Never. I try not to.
Never. Tawny's a young person.
I try to be.
I try to be a young person.
Try to convince them I am.
Tawny, what is your small business that you would like to run?
Oh, I think I would run a just like a quiet place. Like, you know how we get older, we just want we want quiet. Like it could be a coffee shop, it could be like whatever you want to eat or drink.
Like the quiet car on a train. Only it's a business
but it's a standing,
on dry land.
Yeah, it's a place that's it's brick and mortar.
I know.
The land is dry.
The land is dry.
The chairs are plentiful.
You know how soaking wet trains are all the time.
Actually, no. I want to run a water train.
I want to be on the water train.
Yeah. I do. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I think it would just be like a quiet, shady, because the sun is a fucking assault. I want a shaded place that's just quiet and like the temperature is what you want it to be.
I think it should be, if I may, that the storefront is painted to look like a storefront with a window and everything, but that's not actually the front. You go in and then you're facing the back.
Yeah.
That's where the window is, so you can get maximum shade.
Oh, okay. So is this just a box? Is there no window? What's happening?
No, there's a window in the back.
Oh, okay.
So that you're not getting the full, it just seems like a store always gets the assault of the sun through a big picture window.
Sure.
And I'd put that in the back.
I like that.
Maybe on the side.
Okay, you want to go into business with me?
I don't know where this store is situated, so I feel like I bit off more than I can chew.
Oh, well, hey, we're going to do it together. This is a binding agreement.
Okay. Mark, small business?
I probably would change the lyrics of famous Disney songs for gifts for people.
Ooh, that's been taken.
It has?
It has.
Yeah.
Seconds ago.
Believe it or not.
I think I was...
DreamWorks films, wide open.
I got it. I would, in the South, there's like barbecue shacks that make one meat and some bread, and that's all they have. And when they're out of meat, they're closed. They open at noon, and they're open until... That's it. I would, every day, I'd smoke a big hunk of meat, put it on a paper plate with some white bread. When we're done, when we're out of meat, we're closed.
That's the name.
Just tasty-ass barbecue meats.
But now, the trick is, it has to be so good
that the line...
that you can afford to do that.
Yeah. Or I just don't care.
Would it be one of those businesses where you yell at the customers? I always like those.
Yeah.
Look at this asshole. What do you want? Some fucking barbecue, you dipshit?
At Arthur Bryant's in Kansas City, I went and I was like, what are you guys known for? The guy was like, I don't know. He was so mad. I was like, because there's like 4 things. I wanted to get the best thing. He just yelled, I don't know at me. Yeah, I want to open that place.
That's a fair point. Why would he know what they're known for?
Yeah.
He stays there. Everyone else goes out.
He puts his hands near fire hundreds of times a day.
Shulie, small business, go.
I do know this. I've worked enough clothing retail, and I've folded enough clothes that people have tried on and then thrown in the corner.
Yes.
That whatever store I owned would have the counter right at the front door. You can't come in, and if you need it, I will bring it to you.
Wait.
Okay. I like it.
Counters at the front door. You can't come in?
No, you can't come mess up the rack. I just spent all this time cleaning up.
Oh, so can people see the store behind you?
Whatever you can see behind me is what is for sale.
Can I see that sweater?
And I will take it off the rack for you.
All right.
And I won't throw it in a frickin' corner. When you're done, you hand it nicely back to me.
So it's like a bar where all the bottles are behind you, except they're not bottles, they're clothes.
Exactly. It could be anything. Maybe it's an ice cream shop. I don't know.
I like the retail bar idea. So they come into the store.
No, there's no coming in. See, you can't come in.
But if you can let them come in, but then you have a bar that's set up so that all the clothes are behind you.
Right, but that's already established. I'm saying I don't want to mop that floor that all the customers have walked in. It's a door frame.
Shulie.
It's like a food truck.
What's stopping people from just taking the sweater and running down the street? If it's right there, if it's right at the entrance.
That's a snag I had not thought of yet. But I'm security? A security guy?
He's also outside?
Yeah,
he's right by the customer.
Exactly.
So somebody comes up, one person at a time, presumably.
Yeah.
This guy gets right behind them. Just maybe a gentle hand on the shoulder, like just to let you know, I'm here. You're not going anywhere.
You know what? I don't want to make them paranoid, and I also don't want to pay that guy's salary. So I'm going to get a security falcon.
What about like
and
a
if somebody
window?
steals something, he flies and gets the sweater and brings it back.
Oh, I thought he would claw the person's eyes out. We have different business models.
Again, another snag I had not.
Tony, what?
I thought maybe like a window, like a cupcake window or like a donut window. So it's just you. The window's as big as you. People see a menu of shirts, and they go, "I would like the button-down Oxford, please." And you get it, and you hand it to them, and they never set foot in your place.
I found my business partner.
Yeah, man. I have two great businesses right now.
Podcasts are binding agreements, right?
Clothes window and quiet, dark place for us to wait out our days.
Which, by the way, may be called the library.
I can write your jingle to the tune of A Whole New World.
We got it, guys.
Mark, Barbecue Shack. Can people just touch the meat anytime they want?
Of course.
That's your wrinkle.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, get in here in the kitchen with me.
Yeah, come on down to Meat Touchers. Is that no?
A lot of people confused.
That domain name's been taken.
A lot of people showing up for something else.
What's the best thing on the menu?
I don't know.
That's a different question. You should know what's the best thing on the menu.
It's the only thing on the menu. I have one thing. It's meat.
When you are at a restaurant and you ask the waiter for a suggestion, do you believe that person?
I always think they're picking the high dollar item.
But you do know it's bad when you ask them how's this, and they go, "That's good."
Yeah.
Right.
I think it always happens. So I'm like, so I won't be getting that.
Do they try? Sometimes, though, when they say it like that, it's sort of like I feel judged for even thinking that I might want that.
Yeah.
That there's sort of like,
you idiot, you clearly haven't zeroed in on what we're known for.
Yeah, for a person like you, I guess that's a good choice. But smart people would get this, But I feel like I've never worked in a restaurant, and so I don't know. Do you eat everything on the menu at some point? Do you try everything?
Depends on the restaurant. I feel like in the like foodie culture now, with all these like super hip places where people are very into the food they're serving, I feel like I tend to believe them because they're like, "Oh, this is really good." You know what always scares me though is when they go, "Well, the XYZ is really popular."
Yeah.
Because I always think like
also
what's
feels
that about?
condescending.
Right,
It
because I'm
feels
like
condescending.
most people are idiots and don't like good things.
Yeah.
So I don't want what's popular.
Yeah.
These people are morons.
And I think, are you not allowed to eat the food here? Did you lose your food eating privileges? Then also, who knows what they eat and what their taste is?
Who knows?
My wife and I went to a wedding up in Modesto.
Oh my God! Yeah.
We stayed at this place that we did not realize until we got there. It was a destination wedding, and this place, this little inn in Modesto, right? No,
I have family there. It's
no. There's some.
I'm gonna.
It's not Modesto.
Sure was it
now
Montecito.
There it is.
Okay,
It
that
can't
makes
be
a lot different.
Modesto.
Yes, I'm sorry.
sense.
So we stayed at this inn. Yeah, Modesto was
Destination
American
wedding.
graffiti.
It's a field.
And a truck stop.
It was a destination wedding in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And so we stayed at this inn that we did not realize until we were staying there had a vegan restaurant. Which was, and I've eaten vegan food before and I'll eat it again. This was terrible food. It was not good. And then we were first tracing the history of this place through Yelp reviews. We were starting at the beginning, and it was not vegan at first. Then they tried to be vegan, but the people were calling them out like, you can't like have milk and eggs and be vegan. They don't know what veganism is. And they thought they were so eco-friendly, but they put plastic bottles of water in everybody's room. The Yelp reviews were hilarious. And so we're eating in this restaurant, and the food is so bad. And it was also a pet-friendly hotel, but only dogs, because it used to be dogs and cats, and that proved to be a problem. So we ate at the vegan restaurant for dinner, terrible. And then the next morning, we ate at another place for breakfast. Same waiter who was serving us bacon and eggs. That was serving us like, oh yeah, I do work at that place too.
Everybody's got to work.
Everybody's got to work, Tawny, including me on an ad, which you're about to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another break. When we return, we will reveal our location provided to us by Nicole Parker, and then we will do our improv. All this and nothing else when Spontaneanation returns to you. Guys, it's Paul. Listen, I just wanted to brief you about a couple of live dates coming up. Saturday, October 5th, Spontaneanation Live is back at our home at Largo. We will have the hilarious Ryan Gall, Colleen Smith, and Drew Tarver as our improvisers, and our special guest, Horatio Sands. That is going to be a good one, you guys. Check it out. Also, the Now Hear This Festival, we're going to be down there in Anaheim on Sunday, October 30th, and then we'll be at the Bell House in Brooklyn Sunday, November 13th. I think the Brooklyn shows are sold out, but I'm also going to be there at the Bell House that entire weekend. Super eager to be part of Super Ego. Haha, you thought I messed up, but I did that on purpose, and I like to explain my process to you. Super Ego, Friday, the 11th, November 11th in Brooklyn at the Bell House. The late show, there's still some tickets left for that as of this recording. And Saturday, November 12th, the Thrilling Adventure Hour. I'm going to be there with all my pals from the long-running podcast/live show from Los Angeles. So please do check those out. You can find all ticket links at paulftompkins.com/live. paulftompkins.com/live. And I'll see you unless you see me first. The television show No You Shut Up is still canceled. Welcome back. Oh, guys, I died for 2 seconds. Welcome back to Spontaneanation. We didn't go anywhere, and neither did you. Guys, it is time to do our improv. We're about to reveal our location provided to us by Nicole Parker. But first, just so you know, in order to aid us in our storytelling, we use 3 sound effects to move us around in time. Let's say we're in a scene, one location, we want to go somewhere else at the exact same time to find out what's happening in another place. A meanwhile, if you will, we'll use this cut to sound effect. Whoosh, we're over there. Let's say someone is having a flashback. They're having a memory. We are learning how something came to be. In that instance, you will hear this flashback sound effect. Hey guys, I can't remember if I pressed the cut to sound effect or not. Did I? Mm-hmm. I did. Okay. That's worrying. That was 2 seconds ago. Okay. Let's say we want to return for the flashback to the present day so we can go check ourselves into the hospital, or we want to travel into the far future. You will hear this flash forward sound effect. Now we're in the future, where whatever I have has been cured. All right. So, now that we know that, it is time to reveal our location provided to us by Nicole Parker, and that location is a summer theater camp in Michigan. A summer theater camp in Michigan. We take you now to a summer theater camp in Michigan.
Posting sign-ups today at 5 p.m. Now, kids, remember, no crowding around the sign-up board. Someone could get injured, okay? No, back. 5 p.m. You have 3 hours, guys. Go slingshot or something for a few hours.
Do we have to?
No, you can literally do any other activity.
Can we sing?
Sure, sing. Yeah.
I'm gonna sing.
Great, Gracie, why don't you lead everyone in a chorus of something, your favorite?
Okay. Do you guys know Godspell?
What don't we know?
What?
You know what, Stacy? And you know what? I can say this because this is my 4th year here. But I feel like sometimes your negative attitude really brings Camp Curtain Call down.
Okay, you know what? A spotlight can be shared. All right? And I think that you've maybe forgotten that and think that it's just one fill and it's always pointed at you.
Whatever. I don't want to get into this. I have to really focus for auditions tomorrow. It's my turn to get a lead.
Stacy and Gracie, the two of you are up for the same role. And I hope that doesn't breed any more animosity betwixt you.
Look.
Excuse me, Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, Crinkle.
Are we doing a musical again this year?
Crinkle, what do I always say? Everything can be a musical if you're singing in your heart.
I know, but you also have to sing out loud, and it's not exactly my strong suit.
Now, Crinkle, I think you just haven't found the right role for you. For instance, have you looked at the Broadway score of Bosom of Maine?
Bosom Maine?
Bosom Maine.
What's that about?
It was a revival that Ethel Merman did.
Oh, every time I'm feeling low, I have a friend that I trust, I know. She's my friend, she has a lot of fame, but she's also well endowed. What's her name? It is Bosom Maine, Bosom Maine. She's my friend, Bosom Maine, Bosom Maine. She's my only friend.
Did someone say my name? It's me, Bosom Maine. Hello, boys.
Hiya, Bosom Maine.
Hey, Bosom Maine, what a dame. Wow, look at the gams on her. Boy, those two torpedoes could knock me out sideways. Ouchie, wouchie.
Now, hold on a second, fellas. I'm a lady.
Oh, our apologies.
Oh, wow, I wouldn't have known that. Boy, oh boy, every time you step, the roof shakes.
Auntie Bosom Maine, all your friends are so fabulous and interesting.
Oh, Kenneth. It can be like this all the time. We can have a wonderful life just being alive and being bon vivants.
That's right, never leaving the mansion, just sliding down the staircase and such, and playing around with the waiters and the waitresses and the butlers, never having to step outside and face the consequences of life.
It's fun to be rich and jump on the bed.
There's nothing that a young boy wishes for more than to spend all his time with older women.
Where are your parents, anyhow?
Who knows? They send me here and then it's bye-bye till the end of the summer.
How long did that play run?
It had an out-of-town tryout for 6 weeks, and then it transferred to the Federlander Theater. It's similar to the old Niederlander, but it was only attended by cats.
That's right, but I remember this. It was very famous because one of the shows was stopped to a halt because a man took out his watch fob and a light reflected in Merman's eyes, and she stopped the whole show.
Oh, I remember hearing from my grandparents that she was very strict about that.
She's my bosom Maine. I mean,
gee, what
he's
time
my
is it?
bosom Maine.
Oh.
Who's checking the time?
Oh, darling, she's looking at you.
Who is checking the time?
She's
Who do
looking
you
right at
think
you.
you are?
I'm a doctor and I have to check what time the hospital closes.
I am in the...
Darling, you shouldn't have that committed to memory.
You should know that.
It's a Saturday. I don't
Not
ever...
in the middle of the opening number of Bosom Maine. Get him out of here.
What? Hey,
Get him out of here.
Can I still stay?
You!
Get him out.
You were talking to him. Get him out. Thank you.
Get him out.
Thank you. For those of you, I appreciate it.
We love you.
I got some Super 8 footage of this. Can't wait to hold a screening of it. I wish there was some way to share it with everyone a lot faster than this.
So, you see, there's a place for everyone on the stage.
Even Crinkle. Wait a minute, that story didn't illustrate that at all.
It did, because you know who's the most famous person out of that story?
Who?
The man checking his watch, who you might know as Steven Spielberg.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. So
The
even
director of Bridge of Spies?
If you could just open your mouth for me and let me see that. Oh, you've got some swollen glands.
Do I, Doctor?
No, it's fine. You'll be fine. Can you say that again? Yeah, I had this stick in your mouth.
Thank you. You think my glands are swollen? Do you have enough time to treat it before the hospital closes?
I think we'll be all right. And if we're not, my name's not Dr. Steven Spielberg.
15 minutes till hospital closes. 15 minutes, everyone.
Thank you, Nancy.
I don't know why my glands are swollen. My husband asked me to clean the drain of the sink and then asked me to share a bowl of caramel corn with him. Do you think it's the sewer sickness?
Aren't you living it up while your kids are at that theater camp?
Well, sure. When they're in town, it's just plain corn.
So tomorrow, everyone's prepared to meet their fate.
We are so excited to show you our potential and talent, Miss Smith.
I am very ready. I did hear that the counselors were giving office hours tonight in case we wanted to run through our songs last minute or anything.
Yes, that's true. You can meet with myself. You can meet with Mrs. R. Smith.
What about Clay?
Is Clay coming? Is he back this year? We heard a rumor.
Now, girls.
Is he doing office hours with shirt on or shirt off?
Now, girls. Clay is back this year, but I don't want any funny business. He's to be respected as your elder.
Funny business, but he really cut me up as Kevya last year.
He was so good. It was so good. It was a searing portrait.
Right.
I kept a little piece of his spirit gum from his beard.
Well, that's not cool.
Whatever. It touched his face and then it touched my hand.
Stacey, that was probably equity property.
That's true. Not your prop, Stacey. Not your prop.
Yeah,
We're an equity camp, right, Miss Smith?
Yes, we teach greatness early. And gotta get those dues. Gotta get those dues.
It's so great that our summer camp theater is an equity house.
Oh, speaking of which, it's 55 after. Everyone take 5.
Oh, thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5.
Did everyone get a good 5?
I had a pretty good 5.
Oh, Clay.
Hi, Clay.
Everyone can stop staring. I know the chemical burns don't look great, but they'll heal.
What happened, Clay? You went from leading man to following man.
Times got tough, and I had to take a job at a chemical kiosk.
Oh my gosh.
I had an accident at work, and now my face is not the same.
What's a chemical kiosk, Clay?
Well, you know how you're always going to parties, and you need to give gifts, and people need a thing.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I know about gifts. Do you like gifts? What kind of gifts do you like? Do you want a gift?
No, I just got burned, all right? I got burned.
By a gift?
By a chemical gift.
How's your voice? Did it affect your vocal cords?
I can't sing anymore.
Clay.
Someone else is going to have to play the lead this year.
But who, Clay? Who?
Clay, literally who?
I'm giving you a gift, Crinkle.
Huh? Me?
There's no other boys at this camp.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Not for a theater camp.
No, it's pretty standard.
Oh, that makes sense. Sure, I got you.
You're it, pal.
I'm the lead, and what were we doing again?
Oh, it's everyone's favorite. Cat in the mouth of babes.
Cat in the mouth of babes.
I love that show. Betty Buckley was so good.
Oh, she was amazing. I mean, that really turned everything around for her.
Yeah.
So was Nathan Lane.
That was his first star turn. That's where he really made his mark.
Stacey, you know I'm more of a Lorna than you. It's just, I'm already physically right for it.
Ooh.
Gracie.
Now?
That is so out of line. My mother has been calling me Lorna as the nickname since I was a baby.
Yeah, after Lorna Doone, the snack company.
My goodness.
Oh, I bet your mom called you Peak Freen because you're a very curious cookie.
Wait, now, I am fascinated by this cat fight, but I need you to explain that reference.
Me too, I don't know.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it.
My mother, who's much older than me, used to tell me about a commercial for a cookie called Peak Freens, and they said it was a very serious cookie made for grown-up tastes, and it was much too good to waste on children.
Like Toffee Faye, the candy bar?
Exactly like Toffee Faye.
You guys have a lot in common.
Shut up, I don't have anything in come with Crinkle. Go ahead, take Lorna. Kiss Crinkle in the big scene.
No, I want to get Lorna the right way. Through an audition. Through the audition process. I want to earn it. You and I are just going to have to go head to head. Deal with it, Stacy. What? Afraid you're not going to get it?
I'm never afraid, Gracie.
Do you have the high A in a mix?
Maybe. Do you have the low G in a funky booty slam?
Possibly.
Let's find out. Miss Smith?
Welcome, darlings. Welcome to the auditions. Please, everyone, line up now. As you all know this year, we are doing Cat in the Mouth of Babes. I recommended against it because the dearth of male chorus members. We only have one male lead. That was Clay, and of course, his throat is full of chemicals, so he's no longer able to play our lead, Donsworth. And so it falls to, you know him, but let's concentrate on the female leads. Now, reading for the role of Lorna, we have, who are these two young ladies?
Okay, what up? On my clipboard here, I've got Stacy and Gracie. I don't know if they're like a pair or...
No, absolutely not. Not at all.
You're not a duo?
Okay, I don't know.
No, we're individuals.
Our names rhyme by accident, not by fortune.
That's right.
Well, I mean, you don't know if it's by fortune. Like, it could be.
Let's find out. Bring it on.
That's a very good point, Madeline. All right, now let's begin with, we'll begin with in alphabetical order with Gracie.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm
Which
Gracie.
one? You're
This
Gracie?
one, yeah.
How could it possibly make a difference? Gracie, please sing for us just a few bars of the famous song from Cat in the Mouth of Babes, entitled Fish Skeletons, Here I Come.
I'm just going to start on the second verse. Is that okay, Samuel?
Yeah, I'll give him the sheet music for you.
Okay, thank you. I have it marked.
Yeah.
Is that my note?
It's big
Thank you. I'm
arrows,
just
yeah.
nervous. It's not like doing it in the shower.
No, girl, live your truth.
Okay.
No, just keep giggling. Just giggle on pitch.
Down. I know that I've got a special place inside. I know where I can go when I need to hide. Down below in the pond, this fish swim by, and no one can see me with their eye. No one, no one's but the fish skeletons. Thank you.
Holy shit, you're like really good.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. I worked on it all summer.
Cool.
Your dedication to your craft, young lady.
I can do this. Read the script as well if you need that. But
Give me this one exchange.
I can do the monologue.
Yes, do the monologue. Please do the monologue.
Which one?
When Lorna finds that she is trapped in the cat's belly and decides she's going to use toxoplasmosis to her advantage and to escape.
Okay, Lorna. Okay. You can do this. This isn't much different than being at the bottom of that pond. And look, there's a fish skeleton. I can get out of here. I need to get out of here. Because if I don't get out of here, who's going to stop that water train? All right. What is it that Mama always used to say? Oh, Mama, I need you here right now. What is it you used to say? I can't remember what it is you used to say. Oh, that's right. Just breathe and believe. Just breathe and believe. Oh, the fumes from this litter box, they're so strong. They're giving me a special strength. Oh, I see an opening. If I can just get my hair at the back of the cat's throat. Sorry, I messed up. Should I go back? I said throat's cat. God damn it, I didn't mean to.
Right.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I swore.
That's quite all right. Well,
I know it's cat's throat. I
It's
didn't mean to say throat's cat.
the theater, darling, and everyone swears here. And of course, on the day, you'll actually be crawling through the cat's anus because it's easier to build that than a cat's mouth.
Yeah, we don't have enough flats.
We don't have flats to make the teeth.
Okay, it was just okay, but
Good try.
Please remember the song because that was a strong. I think that was my
We're-
stronger moment.
Everything is taken into consideration, darling. Yes, now.
Okay, thank you.
Stacey, you're welcome. Please let me move on to the next young lady.
Yeah.
Stacey,
Yes.
will you give us a few bars from the rousing closing number?
Yeah.
Never going back to that water train, no more, no how.
Okay. Sure thing. Whenever you're ready. I'll just come in towards the end.
Fine.
Towards the end. Sorry. Start me out again.
Everyone announcing what they're going to do, I don't understand.
So that's why I'll never ride in water again. Don't punch my ticket on the water train. I'm gonna walk on earth like men. And fly above the people and the trains. And I'll never fall from a cat's anus again. Good diction on the end.
Yes, that was wonderful, dear. And also, very nice work incorporating the cat's anus. For this
I would have done that
particular
too. I would have absolutely done that if I had the
Yes,
chance to sing that
darling,
song. I
we've
feel like
heard
that
you
song
sing.
showcased more of her hot top range.
Please, ladies, we've heard you both sing. And now, Stacey. No. This shouldn't be. This should not be happening. Why? I wish. Please.
Hey.
Yes, Madeline.
Oh no, I'm a new guy.
I'm sorry. I said yes, Madeline, before I turned around. Your voice is very similar to my assistant Madeline's.
Note taken. You guys still having theater tryouts?
Yes. Who are you?
My name's Brock. I heard you guys were down some duds.
Oh my god. Hi, Brock.
Hi, Brock.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Gracie. This is no one.
What up, Lacey, Facey, and Scream Boys?
My name's Gringle.
That didn't get much better. Look, I don't feel like I need to audition on account of, you guys don't have any bros up in here, so...
It's true, we are short the one male lead.
What role are you prepared to just, offer me on the spot?
Well, now, although we are in desperate circumstances, I do have to ask you, are you actually a camper here at the theater camp?
Yeah, whatever, I'll get a camp, yeah.
It's curious, circuitous answer to my question. And can you sing?
Yeah, sure, why not? I can't not sing.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the play that we are doing?
I'll listen to it.
Babes in the... What is it again?
It's Cat in the Mouth of
Cat in the
Babes.
Mouth of Babes?
Yeah, I know it real well. I lived it.
You lived it?
Yeah.
In what way?
I had a bunch of cats. My mom had a baby. The cat used to try and eat the baby's tail, and I wrote about it because the baby didn't have a voice.
The baby's tail?
These cats. Oh, these cats. Just because my baby's a freak. Because we're circus people. Why? Why are these cats?
Mama, don't cry.
What? Honey, what is it, Brock?
You know what? These trying times, they breed the best art. I'm gonna write about this, and I'm gonna make our family famous. So you see.
Am I to understand
Yeah.
that you are the author of the Broadway musical?
Yeah, because I lived it, just like that guy from Hamilton.
What?
Yeah, you know how he was like, I'm Latino and I like rap and Hamilton? So he's both, that's me, but the Brock version.
That is so cool.
You're Brock Sunderson? Tony-winning Brock Sunderson?
Oops, guess my mask is off.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You're a little flat. You're a little flat.
No, you were flat.
I think you're
Well,
a
it
little
isn't
flat.
gonna matter.
What?
This is the last production this camp will ever do.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Sergeant Prophet, Navy SEAL.
Oh, shit.
We're shutting this camp down and we're starting a vinyl collection camp.
But why? This is where we live our dreams.
Well, your dreams are gonna die after this summer.
Sergeant.
I was gonna wait for that to happen till I got older.
It will. Sergeant, please, first of all, thank you for your service. Secondly, will you allow us to put on one last production before you make your final decision to shut down the theater camp?
Civilian, it better be good.
It will be. Just give us a few moments to get together here.
All right.
Brock, darling.
Yeah.
Of course, there is no question that you will play the male lead.
Sure.
Now we must cast the other roles. Stacey,
Yes.
Gracie,
Yes.
we need this production to be wonderful, to save the camp, and so we're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to double cast the role of Lorna, and you will both play it at the exact same time.
Oh my God, I'm so happy! That's good. Hey. No, that's good.
Do you think it's good, or do you not think it's good?
I think it's better than not getting to sing it at all.
That's a perfectly acceptable attitude.
I think showing a professional work attitude will get me more work in the future.
I have heard that. But people already think you're a bitch.
I think saying things like that will get back around.
Ladies, please.
The theater camp world is very small.
Ladies, please. We need you to be a team, function as a team in order to win over this military man who has the
All
authority.
right. We'll stand together like in Sideshow. You know that musical about Siamese twins?
The word is conjoined, but
Sorry, conjoined twins.
You don't
Sorry,
have to
Brock.
explain that musical to me. I own the vinyl of it.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, all musicals are printed on vinyl. Some of them go right from the printer to the landfill, but they are all printed on vinyl.
All right. Well, I have a sewing kit that I brought. I will get to work on sewing some dresses together.
Wonderful.
That's teamwork, right?
It is teamwork. And what will you do, Stacey?
I will make sure Brock's muscles are loose and limber for the stage by giving him a series of massages with varied oils.
Sure, not a problem, yeah.
Okay, so wait. Okay.
So
then
make
I'm
my
doing all the
costume
work for-
nice.
Oh, okay.
What can I do?
Hey, Crinkle, right?
Yeah,
Seems like you get picked on at this camp a lot.
I'm pretty despised.
I just want you to know, man, that, like, you too can grow up and be a Broadway stud like me. You could write a musical about your experiences. And
Me? Go ahead.
No, I was done. That was the bulk of it.
Maybe I will.
That's right, Crinkle. That's right.
Thanks, Brock. You're a pretty good guy.
No problem, man. Just like hit me up on Snapchat after this.
So, but I can't be in the show. There's nothing.
I mean, I don't see a play. You know what? There is like a follow spot you could run.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a hard job because a spotlight isn't just for one person, especially not in this case. It's gotta be for two.
So it's a pretty important job, you're saying?
The most important.
I'll do it.
So, Brock, I asked you to come down here by the river to run lines.
Sure, I love rivers.
But I also wanted to ask you, what is the secret to your success? Because I believe that the secret to every young actress's success is finding out what the secret to other people's success was and then doing that.
Oh, that's a good plan. Like a copycat kind of thing, but not like a scary movie.
Right. So whose success did you copy to find your own success?
You probably wouldn't have heard of them. Do you ever heard of a lady named Angela Lansbury?
OMG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous.
She's a teapot, and yet she made a whole career for herself.
Yeah, she made a whole career. She could both be an animated teapot. She could also be a bosom buddy in MAME. She also could be a lady that writes letters, has great handwriting, uses a typewriter proficiently, and solves crimes.
Wait a minute. That was an animated teapot?
Yo, have you seen Beauty and the Beast? Or you just like listen to the soundtrack so much you don't know what's real anymore?
I don't know. We only had a black and white TV. It's hard to know what's real and what's animated.
Fair enough. I understand I was poor once too. But listen.
Shut up. Don't tell anybody I'm poor. Nobody at camp should know that I'm here on scholarship and that at night I wash everybody's dishes.
Oh my God, I thought you were hiding something. That's why you wear all those hoop skirts.
Well, yeah.
Trying to look so rich, like a debutante.
Exactly.
I understand your struggle.
Also, I can't swim and it helps me float.
Hey, Stacy, be yourself. Even if your handwriting's bad and you can't solve not even one murder.
I can't.
Then
I can't.
You can't. Okay, cool. Most people can't.
Is that the secret to your success, Brock?
Yeah, I can't. I also cannot solve a murder. So,
have
Broadway
you ever been in
it
love?
is. Huh? Yeah.
With somebody now?
Today, like this minute?
Yeah, like maybe by a river.
Yeah, I mean, I think I am. Wow, my skin's all tingly.
Mine too. I brought you this saucer from the cafeteria.
Mrs. Potts, indeed.
Clay,
Yeah.
the show starts in 5 minutes, and I'm a little hazy on how to operate this follow spot.
I don't care anymore.
That's disappointing.
I used to have it all, kid. I was up there singing, dancing,
Right.
acting.
Yeah.
And now look at me. Look at me.
It's
Look
hard
at these
to.
hideous scars.
It's hard to because the chemicals make you glow so bright.
Did you
Wait
ever
a
hear-
minute, Clay. What if you were the follow spot? Your hideous skin is glowing so brightly.
The chemicals have affected my vision. I wouldn't know where to turn.
I can turn you. I'm gonna operate the follow spot so you can be a big part of the play. The most important part, I'm told.
That's what they tell kids like you, Crinkle. But we're gonna show them tonight. Put your hands on my hips and point me in the right direction.
So you are going along with it, but you're kind of shitting on me too.
Somebody's gotta tell you the truth, kid. Somebody's gotta tell you the truth.
Thanks, Clay. You're the best. Wonder what Gracie's up to right now.
Okay. Dear Lord, please allow me to have a really good breath control, breath support, and regardless of whether or not Stacy decides to be really mean, I just pray that the two of us can get this job done. Because I just found out who's in the audience tonight. The biggest, most influential man in New York right now. Mr. Producer Broadway. I'm so excited. Yes?
Stacey, may I
Yes?
have a word with you?
Yes.
I'm your father. And I want you to have a great show. I'm sorry that I have to shut down your theater camp. I find it useless. But I know you love it, and so I support you until tomorrow night at 9 o'clock when we are going to tear down this building and use it for my purposes.
Daddy, what hurts me more than you shutting this down is that you won't acknowledge me as your daughter in front of the rest of the people.
Posture. Yes, go ahead.
The thing that makes me more upset is that you won't acknowledge that I'm your daughter in front of the rest of the camp.
I can't give you an advantage. I never had an advantage.
But Daddy, Producer Broadway's out there right now.
Who?
And he's only the most influential man in New York. And he could give me a real career on Broadway.
Places, please, places.
I guess you have to go.
What happened to 5? God, they didn't even call 5. God damn it.
What's a 5?
It just means almost, but not quite yet.
Oh, interesting.
See, there's a lot more interesting things going on in theater, Daddy. Maybe if you watch tonight and if you feel just the slightest bit moved by the story we're going to tell, I hope that you look deep inside your cold, black heart and decide maybe not to shut us down. Because I was born to do this, Daddy, just like you were born to be a Navy SEAL.
I'll think about it.
Oh,
All right, I'll just point that way.
Little tighter.
Turn over
Hold
that
on.
way because here they come.
You can't talk during the show.
I'm talking quietly so only you can hear me up here in the booth.
Lorna,
Yes.
You look so beautiful today.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever seen such a lovely afternoon for strolling with a cat on a leash?
Never.
No.
Learn your lines. Shut up.
Man, I wish I could live in this moment forever.
Me too.
Here comes their big song.
You're really turning me.
When I was a little girl, I would dream of the big world. Then I grew and learned the truth. Life is better in your youth.
What?
Well, thanks for tuning in to Producer Broadway's Corner. And here's my review of Michigan Theater Camp's production of Babe in the Cat's Mouth. Or Cat in the Mouth's Babe, as some might know it. A very interesting staging and casting experiment involving two people playing the role of Lorna. It's never happened before, and I pray to God it'll never happen again. The experience was somewhat marred by SEAL Team 6 coming in during the intermission and making everyone get down on the ground and name their favorite albums to be put onto vinyl. All in all, I can't wait to see it again. That's right, you thought it was a bad review, but in the end, I found it so weird I was intrigued by it. So I'm going back again and again, as long as they let me, because I don't have kids, and so it's weird to go to a camp to see a show. So, all in all, you could do a lot worse than seeing this children's production of a strange show about toxoplasmosis. And it all happened at a place called Theater Camp in Michigan, right? Was that the place? Yeah. Nicole Parker, where can people find you should they wish to find you online?
I'm not much of a Twitter user, but by the time this comes out, maybe there'll be some more things to see. So it's there's many Nicole Parker, so I had to go with my.
Oh, what did you finally settle on?
So NPR. It's just NP Redford. Okay, that's my husband's last name. NP Redford. And I will be doing a show now. It'll be a little closer, September 21st at the Rockwell Table and Stage. If you've never been there, go online, Rockwell Table and Stage, LA. I do a show there, loosely based on a one-woman Suzanne Sommer show that I watched. But my character's name is Jillian Jenkins. Her show is called Suitcase Full of Lies, and it's a parody of celebrity one-woman shows. Right. And as opposed to about her dark experience with her father's alcoholism, Jillian's is about her traumas with her father's eczema. And there are original songs, and there's some improv. So come on down.
And that's right here in Los Feliz.
Correct.
Los Feliz neighborhood of Los Angeles. That sounds fantastic, and I cannot wait to see it. Mm-hmm. Where can people get tickets?
Rockwell Table, I think it's rockwelltableandstage.la.com.
There you go. That's close enough.
Also, I believe we might be recording it, so actually keep an eye on the Earwolf website for details.
Fantastic, guys!
Yes.
Shulie Cowen, where can people find you? What do you want to tell them about?
Come see opening night, the improvised musical, every Friday at 9 at iOS with me and Mark McConville, and you can Twitter at me at Shulie Cowen.
There you go. It's that simple. Mark.
Hi.
I'm on. Do I have have to reset the fucking thing every time.
You should
You're looking at me like, what?
Come to the Now Hear This festival at the end of October.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to be good. There's tons of podcasts. We're going to do a Super Ego Live.
Yeah.
We got this show live. Yeah, Paul?
That's right. Spontaneation Live.
Tons of awesome podcasts.
It's gonna be so many of your Earwolf favorites and podcasts from other places that are not Earwolf places.
Yeah.
This is it's shaping up to be a very cool festival, so please do go online, check out tickets for that.
October 28th. It's that weekend, 28th, 29th, 30th.
That's right. And Spontaneanation is the 30th.
Gotcha. And then you can pick out your Halloween costume while you're there.
Why don't you pick out your Halloween costume while you're there? In Anaheim, California.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Are they selling Halloween costumes at the festival?
I'm just imagining a ton of cosplay. Like, I'm going to go as Scott Aukerman.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
What is your sweater budget?
I got like $20.
Oh, that ought to do it. Tawny Newsome.
Hello.
All the things.
You can find me Twitter, IG, and Snapchat at Trondy Newman. That's me. And what do we got? There's Bajillion Dollar Property Season 2 will be coming out soon.
It's coming out very soon, and then we're going to be working on Season 3. Very exciting.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to plug. Oh, damn it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It matters. It matters. September 5th.
September 5th, yeah.
What's going on?
I'm going to probably go to I'll probably be playing Hardly Strictly Bluegrass in San Francisco the first weekend of October. It's a free festival with my band, John Langford, and others. It'll be a mishmash. Mm-hmm. In preparation for our album we're making at Muscle Shoals this year.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Famous music place.
So famous. I'm going to wear the suit that Mick Jagger wore. I'm just going to I'm going to make a replica and just wear it and be like, what?
Why not? Why
not? It's
What's
time.
Stopping you?
It's time.
I know a young lady who's made replicas of 2 David Bowie suits.
Done. Yeah.
The Modern Love video, the yellow suit. Yeah. And then Aladdin Sane, maybe? It was like a turquoise kind of.
Yeah. Aladdin Sane.
There you go. Guys, get suits.
Get suits.
Do you like a famous suit? Make one for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Eban Schletter, ebanschletter.com. Go to Eban Schletter's website and find his work that is non-Spontaneanation because it is great. Why is it great? Because Eban Schletter is only the best. As for me, let's see. It is September. I do want you to come to the Now Hear This festival and see Super Ego and Spontaneanation live and other stuff. I do want you to, in November, if you're in the New York area, Spontaneanation is making its New York debut on Sunday, November 13th. Thank you very much. That is going to be a whole Paul F. Tompkins weekend, motherfuckers. Friday, the 11th, I'm doing Super Ego. Saturday, the 12th, I'm doing the Thrilling Adventure Hour and Sunday Spontaneanation. Come see me in the same place all weekend long. Because I adore you and I want you to adore me, so I know that I'm a good person. Thank you to Engineer Ryan for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Goodbye forever. Until next week, this is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Presenti! Come over here. Thanks to CISO for sponsoring today's episode. CISO is on-demand streaming comedy anytime, anywhere. Check out all of the original series, quotable classics, next day late night, stand-up specials, and more. CISO is only $3.99 a month, and it's ad-free. Start your 1-month free trial now. Available at CISO.com, the iOS App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, Xbox, and Amazon Video.
Hey folks, it's me, Mark Maron. And if you love podcasts you don't want to miss, now hear this. A really big podcasting festival coming in October to the Los Angeles area. Come see me and lots of shows you love. More than 30 great podcasts live on 6 stages. It'll be a weekend full of laughs, storytelling, and your favorite hosts up close. You've got Earwolf favorites like Comedy Bang Bang and with special guest Lauren Lapkus, plus more great shows like Brilliant Idiots, Criminal, and The Moth. And I'm doing a special WTF as well. Do a VIP pass for meet and greets with your favorite hosts. Sit up close in reserved seating. Hang out in the VIP lounge and get more special perks as well. It all happens at Now Hear This, October 28th through the 30th in Anaheim, California, right near Los Angeles. Don't miss it. Go to NowHearThisFest.com to buy your tickets. Okay? good. Great.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Chris Bannon, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.